Safety is holding sovereignty over your own self-worth. And with a lack thereof, she searched for anything in arm's reach to fill voids of self-assurance, with desperation as vivid as a search for food when hunger plants itself a pit in the belly. She thought she was dented. Questioned why her body's shadow twisted and turned like it struggled to take shape. Never conformed to fit billboards she'd gaze her eyes up at. Never depicted descriptions of desired women in her favorite songs. And she'd stroke her fingers to the rhythms of repeated melodies that sang of what her body was not. Glide them over the stripes that ran along her thighs. Wrap and tug them on unwanted parts, all in hope that this tireless strumming would eventually fine-tune the unpleasant out of existence. And she searched for safety not in who she was, but who she thought she'd somehow become. Dreamt of a fairy tale that she'd one day transform into everything she lacked. Constantly apologized for who she was because this was only temporary. Assured herself that once she was done cherry-picking all her undesirable attributes, had sown herself a garden of perfection, she'd finally reap the dream of being her own vision board, so till then, she was sorry. She used to believe her safety hid behind apologies. Sorry for taking up space, because apparently she shouldn't have been in a position of power in the first place. Sorry for thinking she might deserve equal treatment, because somehow her gender depicts her value as a human. And sorry for saying no, even though that's what she meant but not what they wanted to hear. And sorry stood a soldier in the front lines of her vocabulary, preparing to shoot before realizing she was not even in the wrong, that she owed no one an apology. Because space was her right, equal was her right, no was her right, and yes, if she chose to, that she owed no one an apology because her voice was her right. And she found safety in the voice that asked, "How dare you?" Found love in her body, not for what it should be, but what it already is. How it moves, breathes, and lives for her. Heals itself from battering days to wake up and bear strength to another. Her body, a living testimony of perseverance, so when she's told it's of no value, when she's told to back into shadows, when she's told her voice is nothing but noise desperate for an ear, she brightly poses the question of how dare you? She learned that a flame is harder to diminish when aware of its burning, and value undeniable when it knows of its own worth, so safety lay in the sovereignty over her own confidence, and the value of herself that she found enough of to stand up and say, "How dare you?"